I've heard that some council members and supervisors have put fine mesh attic screening on their own homes and those of relatives. Reading between the lines of all these reports, there seems to be a hidden agenda. First comes mention of the building interests being against larger mesh, then something about mold, and they're obsessed with the idea that anything smaller than quarter-inch mesh is going to get jammed up by leaves, or a painter is going to come along and is going to paint that mesh shut, resulting in mold. Now, one of the things that then comes in is litigation. Well, if they're afraid of litigation about mold, maybe they should be afraid of litigation about all our blooming houses burning down. Take 500,000 a piece times however many thousand homes have burned down. That should get anybody's attention. Our government and our institutions have let us down on this matter at every level. FEMA does nothing. They issue innocuous and meaningless statements on the subject. CAL FIRE is out to lunch. They repeat the same bureaucratic nonsense over and over. All of our councils, our boards of supervisors, they're controlled by these mysterious quarter-inchers. And how about the media? Seems like everybody knows about the situation except the public. Numerous investigators have published their top 10 lists of wildfire hazards. In every case, of course, shake roofs come first, which is not a big deal around here because most of them have either been replaced or have already burned down. Number 2 always is the attic vent hazard. After that comes everything else, the fireproof deck material, the double pane glass, etc., etc. But all of them emphasize that the attic vent problem is worse than all the rest, and yet we never hear about that. I guess I'm not a very good conspiracy theorist because I just can't figure out why, in the face of such massive evidence, our authorities allow this mysterious lobby, whatever it is in the background, to ram through code provisions that virtually guarantee that our homes are going to burn down the next time there's a wildfire with streaming embers. Well, this just in from the Union Tribune of 3rd of February. Panels planning for the next wildfire. Some of the lessons learned, etc. Several people on the new committees. We've got, Supervisor Ron Roberts, Jerry Sanders. We got Council Brian Mainshine. Looks like they rounded up the usual suspects. Anyhow, they're gonna do things. They've got an agenda on firefighting, and gonna talk about all of the fire abatement, and whenever a major firestorm breaks out, what they're gonna do, and asking people to do their spend that $30,000-$50,000 for double pane glass, etc., etc. One thing that's missing, doesn't say a thing about attic vents. Well, Steve Erie, University of California, San Diego political science professor, who closely follows local politics, says, "We're afraid the official committees will whitewash the findings. They're run by politicians to protect politicians." Very astute observation. People are starting to realize these types of fires could happen on a regular basis. At the state level, we got a Blue Ribbon Task Force. CAL FIRE have been reluctant. Well, aren't they always? It's premature for our department to comment on anything at this point. CAL FIRE spokesman. That's typical. They're worried about the cost. It's going to take a 1/4 cent sales tax for fire protection, says Roberts, but it would require a 2/3 majority approval from voters. Well, to that end, the committee has targeted the end of June to get it on the ballot. Okay, I think they're really on to something here, but forget the what a 1/4 cent sales tax. What they really need is a voter proposition to mandate, hey, put some fire screen on the inside of your fire vents and get it done before the next fire season. So what do we have to do to save our houses if the politicians and the bureaucrats won't help us? If the people were informed, they could get up in their attics and they could do it themselves. But who's going to take the bull by the horns and get us that proposition on the ballot? Governor, where are you? Well, the grass is starting to do nicely. Should be 8 or 10 inches by next fire season. RB is still a nice place to live. It's pretty, very peaceful, and maybe it's safe. Well, until the fire next time.